Albright is on. It's on. Y'all chill out. Good gosh, the Alliance is on fire. I'm telling you what, dude, I can't help it. I shouldn't. I should be like, see, here's what I tell everybody. Andy Albright is always fired up because he's future focused. Like, what's it going to be? And I am. I'm especially focused, future focused, when it ain't good right now. So I wonder, should I not get excited when it's good right now? Because I'm thinking, I'm always future focused. But when them applications come in like they did the last 2 days, I get excited about right now too. It's not just future focused. I'm fired up about right now. The applications are coming in. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. You say, you act like you didn't expect it. I go, we just got off of a convention. People just waking up for hibernation for Christmas. We still opening up gifts. Some of us are still playing our new video games we got. And all of a sudden, somebody went out there and sold a bunch of insurance. They had 450 applications come in on Monday. 450 in one day, baby. That's crazy talk, really, like no kidding. And then yesterday was over 400 before 8:30, which is when we see our report. So today, when it comes into 8:30 today, I'll see what we did last night. And the recruiting's going through the roof. So 2020, the vision that we're throwing out there, people are seeing it and people are seizing it. People are grabbing it. So congratulations. I am fired up about that. I'm fired up about you. Some of the new people that we met got me fired up. So every Wednesday, new folks, people that have been around, we do a Wednesday call. TWC is what we call it. We do the broadcast on the video. We'll make it available for you to listen later. If you're riding down the road, you can listen on audio or you can just listen in. Okay? Because now I draw so much and we talk so much on the board that you're going to miss some of it, but you will get the gist of it just by listening. So congratulations for joining the Alliance, being a part of it, being at the right place at the right time. You are at the right place at the right time. This is the year that we roll out our own insurance company. This is the year that I get serious in my life that I've been projecting for the last 27 years. And you guys that are in here and out there, I've been saying when I turn 50, I know you're shocked, but it is true. 50 years here on earth, it's going to happen. It's going to roll by, and I'm going to get focused and serious. So you're joining me now. If you want to run with me, you're here at the right time. So I'm fired up. I hope you are. Our leaders are fired up. As a matter of fact, I will tell you this. For planning purposes, we're going to cut this show short. Normally we go 12:30 Eastern Time to 2 o'clock, so it's an hour and a half. We have guests on. We have a lot of things that we cover. This week, we're going to cut it short, 1 hour. And then I'm jumping on with our agency managers and above, and the top 6 or 7 guys, I forget the number, I think it's our top 7 guys, count me, top 6 and me, 7. And we are going to address the agency managers. Well, I think the number's 33 or 34 agency managers. And we're going to talk a little bit about this year, some little adjustments that we've made, some fine-tuning that we've made over the last few weeks, starting this year out, like we usually do, and how it's taking off and how we need to stay focused. So that's happening at 1:30 Eastern Time. So for all agency managers, hope you jump on. Okay, so product of the week, and it seems to be one of the fastest paying products of the week, is Forrester's Smart UL product. So what's happened since we started writing that product is our average premium has went up. Angela, you're smiling. Do you write that product? Is that the good deal? Is it the real? I mean, it's paying fast. The premium's higher. What I'm hearing, I think this is one you were talking about, Gardner, is if you're trying to sell somebody something that's $65 a month, you show them Smart UL, and they're wanting to know how much they can put in. So it changes the concept. So they go like, can I put 100 in? Can I put 110 in? Now, typically, when I've experienced that, when you start getting put more in, the insurance company starts underwriting tighter. But what I'm hearing from Smart UL, it's not the case. They put more in, and Forrester's is issuing faster. That's called a win-win. So that's the product of the week. If we would get that word out. Now, next week, Darwin Herm with Forrester's is going to fly down here from Toronto, Canada, and he is going to announce the Futures So Bright I Gotta Wear Sunglasses contest. And what that is everybody at the end of the year that killed it with Foresters, he's going to announce these nice sunglasses. I think they're anywhere from around $180 to $350 glasses, and I can tell you which ones are more expensive so you can mess their budget up. But on the cruise ship that we go on this year to the Caribbean and all the islands, you're going to get to pick which sunglasses you want. So they'll have them all there. You'll get to pick, so he's going to announce the winners. All right. Also, he's going to have, I'm just going to say he's going to do a lot of announcements on contests. Now, here's what we're working on. All right, 2020 vision. For new people, that is you sell $20,000 in issue paid premium, and you recruit 20 people direct to you. So that is 2020, which gives you 40,000 points, which on this chart moves you all the way up to a President Circle producer, 40,000 points. You can move all the way up with 2020. So Foresters is jumping in on this. Darwin says, what can we do? And he says, and I'm not sure of the number, I think it's $35,000, it might be $50,000. He said, I'm going to give you. How are you going to do the contest? And I said, well, we could have a one-day training. People fly into Burlington. We could fly into California. We could split it up. We could have an all-day. We could pay the hotel. We could do this. We could do that. And it's really difficult because if you do it with California, they fly in. If we do it in California, we have to fly out. If you divide it up, you don't have as big bang for the buck. So we got to thinking about it. So you're going to get to see next week what we're going to roll out. Now, somebody look at your calendar. When does February start? When does the production start? I think it starts Thursday. I think next week. Look at your calendar. Don't look in your eyes. Huh? It ends Thursday. So when Darwin's Wednesday, he's going to be announcing a contest for February. Now, he may do February, March, and April. We're working on this, but it's going to announce it, so get your mind right. Here's what we're looking at. We're looking at these nice $350, $500 bomber jackets. So they're nice, all leather. We've already looked through them. We're showing him. We said, look, rather than having people travel, because we've got hot spots, we've got war parties all around the country. We've got 4, 8, we've got 12 war parties that are coming up. We're going to go to you, spread out 12 different cities. And then in leadership in July, we're going to max that out. Y'all going to freak out. That's going to sell out. So you say, well, what's wrong with us having a contest to get together? Nothing wrong with that. But I told Darwin, I said, if we're going to spend $50,000, let's drop it. How many $500 these nice leather jackets? I had the female version, the male version, and he's like, I'm in. So we're talking to him about that. So we'll have a picture of that, and we'll talk about that. But you can go ahead and get your mind around it. So Foresters is fired up. Darwin's in. They're in on 2020. Oh, I want to show you how it's going to do, Gardner. Everybody, I want to show you how that's going to work out. 2020 works like this. 20,000 in sales, 20 recruits. All the contests, or let me recommend this. Fitz, Davies, Katz, if you run a contest, do this. Put the name, so we put like Jeff G, James Hill, Angela Clark. What you do is you do a grid that works like this. This is sales, this is recruits, and this is the best, okay? Now this is the column that's we're going to get ranked by. So if you sell 10,000 and recruit 3, what's the best you could do? Well, the best is this 3. So what you do is it's sales and recruit, and we pick the number that's lower to move over here because that's the best you can do in that category. So then if James Hill comes and does 20 and 20, and his best is 20. You with me? Now, I'm looking for suggestions, okay? But right now, this is where we're leaning to on telling you how you're doing, because our goal is 2020. Now, if you do 5 and you do 5, what's your best? Your best you can do is 5. So how would we rank them? Number 1, number 2, and number 3. So the idea is to figure out how to balance it, recruit personal width, and there's all the time for every season, but right now that's where our mind is going, okay? So the thinking is get your recruits up, get your sales up. You say, well, this person made more money than this one did. I go, yeah, he did, but the one with the more potential, the one future, the long range, the one that's going to win if he stays consistent with this, okay? So, and I can tell you, I'm a math person. If you sell 5 and put in 5 versus selling 10 and put in 3, down the road, if you're putting in 5 people and all of them are doing 5, 10,000 people doing 5 is a lot more than 3,000 people doing 10. It's not complicated math, and everybody can do it. So the balance is to sell and recruit. Let's go over here to this chart. This chart on this side is to sell and recruit. The more people that you put in, so the more you put in, the more people that have the opportunity. And a lot of times, to do that opportunity, you need money to fly around and help people. You need money to run ads, and then you recruit. What that does, that gives you more options of people to choose from to build with. Because the people that become board members on this team are going to be special people. So we have to have more opportunities of people that choose to be special with us. Okay. All right. So Darwin, Foresters, y'all got a lot of advertisement on that. You deserve it. We appreciate you. Okie dokie. All right. We have this cruise coming up. To be clear, this is underway. To be clear, we can have as many people that want to win. 100,000 points gets it. And it is all sales points. It's all premium points. You don't get points for recruiting on this. Recruits gets you promoted. This is all on premium. And we've got it from, you get it from Monumental, Foresters, CFG, and Mutual of Omaha, and Phoenix. Am I missing everybody? We got all 5 of those? So all 5 of those companies you sell for, you get points, you get credit for the cruise. Okie dokie. Book of the month, Eric Thomas. Is anybody still reflecting back at Eric Thomas? Did y'all play the video to kick this off of the highlight from the Alliance? Did y'all play that? And we had Eric Thomas in it holding up the green book. Eric Thomas, we did not. We should. We should. That we should get that at the end of this, play it, the wrap-up of the Alliance. Okay, so Eric Thomas, his book, my son says, you'll like this. We were riding to hockey last, oh shoot, I wish I had this picture up. My son said, I finished this book. So I said, great. And then Mark Vickers, who coaches us with speaking, he's sitting right there. Mark Vickers asked him to sum up the book, and he says, it tells you that you need to pick a goal and that you need to go for it, and you don't need to be, and you need to stay focused on it. And every morning when you get up, you need to think about it and work toward it. I was like, that sounds like an Eric Thomas message. Very, very simple. Then he said, and I jumped back into, and I'm almost finished with, the book Outwitting the Devil. And here's what he said. He asked my wife, Spencer. Spencer's my 16-year-old. By the way, Spencer turned 16 today. And he would tell you, no biggie, it's just a natural thing. It just happened. He woke up and there it was. It's not like he strived for it or anything. Also, this past weekend, they were in Pittsburgh. Jane and Spencer, my wife, took him up to a hockey tournament, and he won all 3 games. There was only 1 goal scored on him, and he became MVP of the tournament. And so in ice hockey, thank you, Spencer. Yeah, so I can't skate. So, very, very cool. More cool than that, to me, is him reading Outwitting the Devil. And here's what he asked my wife. He said, how many books did they sell of Outwitting the Devil? And my wife said, I don't know. He said, they need to sell more of them because more people need to read that. It is a fantastic book by Napoleon Hill. This is a fantastic book. It's one of our it is our book of the month. Okay, so more details, leaderboards, highlights. Real quick, our highlights that went on. Far right. Thank you for the tip. All right, y'all haven't met this guy right here. I met Matt before he got licensed. He's a character. 5 agents had issue paid business in our downline for the first time ever. He's one of them, He also paid $4,800, and he's brand new. This is his first month of being licensed. Technically, he had an issue paid policy last year, so he was like, that really messed him up because now he can't be Rookie of the Year because he actually started last year. So he's asking for an exception. So that's part of the Jason Carey organization. His brother hired him. And Will Soto of the Lampy Group, he had a person downline get an issue paid policy. He rode $1,300. Andrew Richardson issue paid $550 and got a person to write business downline. And Joel Dolinsky did in Kevin Davies' group, and he had a case $217. So this is really the people we want to talk about is sales and got a new person writing business. It's that combination that we're looking for. I will mention Todd Hayes did $7,000 in a week, personal production. Kurt and Aaron Shearer are top recruiting agent and personal producer for this week. Kurt and Aaron Shearer. You talk about shake up and the makeup, new people that are coming on strong. This is a couple that's coming on strong. 3 direct recruits, Adam Eggleston, Brian Bell, Carlton Lear, Dan Cummings, Jeff Wilhelm, Paul Menachino, each had 2 direct. These numbers are going to keep blowing up. You watch. With who's putting people in class, they're going to blow up on us. The number of people that are recruiting. Personal producers, Kurt, Todd Haggerty, and Mike Flynn, my buddy up in Kevin Davies' organization. So, all right, details. That is what I want to cover. I want to tell you this. This is a little ways out, but you need to know it. War Party's coming up. We are hotspots. Let me do hotspots first. We have moved to hotspots doing 7 o'clock. We do 7 p.m. We do an opportunity meeting. So we're not doing the 2 to 5. But we're jamming up the information after the opportunity meeting, and we're doing more boot camps and training camps. So there's more of those that are already on calendar for Fridays and Saturdays. So we're going to jam it up in one day of the month instead of going 2 to 5. So the 2 to 5 out to save that time, recruit all the way up until 7 o'clock. Our meetings have been going to generally around 8:15. We take a small break, and then we train. Now this training, this is something I really want you to get your mind right on. We're going to go a couple of hours with training, but we have so many people that are getting started that have jobs and have other things they need to do. They need to leave and get home, get back to their job the next day so that afternoon they can build their business again. Okay? We also have a lot of people that are selling to pay their bills. They need to get out of there so they can get to selling. But if I'm there, if Fitz is there, if Davies is there, and you want to stay out till midnight, you want to stay out till 1 o'clock, do it. Give up some sleep for your dreams. As a matter of fact, if you listen to Eric Thomas, he says you're going to have to give up sleep for your dream. And he's not just talking about the Alliance. He's talking about if you want to be a professional athlete, if you want to be a top-notch surgeon, if you want to be an engineer, he says you're going to give up sleep. Now, I don't want the people that need to go to the job, and we don't want to stress anybody out. But the ones that choose to, stay out. I will personally say to people, I've done this before. If it's a couple, and the girl's got that, looks like she put the eyeshadow under here, when what I'm doing? I'll be like, hey, Bo, get her home. Get her home. Like, no kidding, you can't come. But I don't want to stay. She just acts like, no, she don't act like that. Take her home. How about the guy that's like, how about, go get a nap, get some fluids in you. Get them out of there. It's tough because you want people to make it more than they want to make it. So then you scream at them. I know, I've been there. Back off. Go home. Try to find the people that want it. And that's the one, because I remember the first time I went to a big convention like this, I think I went home about 4 o'clock. And you say, was you up at 8 o'clock next morning? No, I was up at 6 the next morning waiting in line so that when the doors open, I can get in the front row. You said, no, you didn't. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Did it pay off? Mm-hmm. Did you die like your mama said you would because you was burning the candle at both ends? Nope, I didn't. I ain't got no burn marks neither. I'm telling you. And my mama's proud of me. You call her up. She'll be like, I like that boy. I just tell you, he deserves it. That's what she'll say. That's what she'll say. Before it was you're working too hard. Now it's he deserves it. So what do you really want to hear in the end? But really, I don't want anybody staying that don't want to stay. Okay, so this big deal I wanted to mention, and then, so hotspots is the big deal. I've heard numbers. I heard Wilmington did 95 people in the meeting. And it's funny, we got Alex Fitzgerald says that he's teaching and telling us, and Fitz is going to be on the call in a few minutes with me with all the agency managers, but he says we need to bust them up after about 40 or 50 and multiply. And we're like, Adams, definitely Katz, and Twig, and Carlton Lear, and some of those other leaders down there, they got a problem because it's up to 95 people. It's growing like crazy. So they're thinking about how we're going to split up, where else we're going to go to. I just heard Charlotte. I heard Fort Worth was off to a booming start. I heard Atlanta was booming. So the hot spots sounds like that this change is good. That coupled with the 2020. So it looks like we got the fire going and we got the breeze going and we ain't look like it's no clouds in sight. So this is starting to be a good thing taking off. Okay, so the next thing we've got coming up is war parties. It's a little ways out, but we can go ahead and get you to mark your calendars. Here's the dates. March 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. So those days, I'm leading a party out to Dallas, Phoenix, Arizona, Rancho Cucamonga, and Seattle. So I'm hitting the West Coast. I'm taking with me Davies, Weinbrenner, Chris Long, Paul Roberts, Mark Womack, and Michael Owens. Fitz is leading a party on the East Coast because Fitz is coming this way from Dallas. I'm going toward Dallas. And he's going to come out here and hit Columbus, Philly, Burlington, and Orlando. So Fitz's war party is going to do that. So this is something coming up that we can get our mindset on. The leadership right now is working on the July leadership, our next big event. We're going to pull together over 1,000 people. Why don't you say 2,000, 3,000? Because it's going to sell out. The tickets are not out. They're not available right now. I promise you it's going to sell out. One of the reasons we hadn't put it out, the reason really, is that we're working on a way different convention. I'm going to give you a little bit of hint. So we're going to have, it'll start off at 8 a.m., but it'll go to 9, and what we're going to have, Jeff, is in the main event, you'll have me training. In the backside over, and I'm going to be doing training and recruiting. In the backside over here, where we eat the meals, we're going to have Jeff Bright doing a leadership event. In the main conference room upstairs that'll hold about 35 or 40, we're going to have a lead performance team. In the domed lobby out front, we're going to put a circle out there, and we're going to have the Goads doing a seminar on how to stay strong at home and in production. And upstairs, where the game room is, that'll hold about 100 people, we're going to have an annuity conference going on with Gina Hawks and some of the top producers. So then what will happen is we'll rotate, and you will get to choose which event you participate in. We're going to have an IUL next. And so every hour you're going to say, I like this, I've seen this. So you're going to get to pick and choose. It's going to be intense. Oh, by the way, the whole time, the vendors are going to be available. The vendors are going to be available. The vendors are available. So the carriers are going to have a lot of time. And there is a time that we're going to set up that we're going to have our big three. We're going to have CFG do an hour presentation, Foresters, and Mutual of Omaha. So it's going to be an exciting event that'll sell out. So this is kind of the stuff to get your mind right, what's coming up. And this will be, give me the dates for the convention, July 17th, 18th, and 19th, I believe. Billy, somebody give me that and let me know. I don't think they're on here. There's no way it is. If you're looking for it on there, you're at the wrong spot. Okay, so how much time do I have? I got 36 minutes? Okay. I have been working on something that I am excited to share with you. This is the whole deal. This is everything. I want to take you from wherever you are to right here. See this right here? EVP. Okay? There's a lot of things in between, but I want to get you to EVP. All right? Now, I'm inviting you. Every single one of y'all are invited to be on my board. That is right here. Senior board member. You need to have 3 DMs, an agency manager, and 2 key leaders. This is not that difficult. You're going to find out in the next 3 years, you're going to see how many people pop to board member. What are you predicting, Andy? I'm thinking 24, 19, 31, in that neighborhood in the next 3 years, maybe more. Andy, how much money you make? Hey, dude, the first thing I'm going to tell you is to get your eyes off of you and start thinking about the future. Thinking about how many people you got to help, because you know how much money you going to make. You still want to know, don't you? Okay, let's just say it's when you think 6 figures, that's 100,000. You need to think multiple 7. Okay? Multiple 7 figures. You say, ain't no way, Andy. That ain't never happened before. Dude, it's happened. It's happened a lot of times before in other companies. It happened with SAS, one of our companies here in Raleigh. It happened with Walmart. It happened with Southwest Airlines. It happened with so many different companies that have done this before. What is it, Andy? It's when the companies get focused on the right mission, listen, and the right mission with the right people at the right time. And if you've heard our plan, then you know it's the right time. As you start to meet our people at the hot spots, you're going to know it's the right people. And what I tell you right now, in the next 10 or 15 minutes, I hope you know it's the right mission. Okay? So here's what I want you thinking about. EVP, board member, and then what's next? And what's next, and what's next, and what's next, and what's next. This is how I don't get down. You said, well, I thought you got excited a lot when the app count was good. And yeah, I did. You know what, though? That's a distraction. I thought you got depressed when things are bad. That's a distraction. What I got to get you to do is focused here. Okay? All right, so here's how we're going to do this. One of my buddies, he says, Andy, I don't think my why is big enough. Can you work with me? And I said, yeah. So if you're listening, Jermaine, I know I already got your phone on the phone with Brian. I know Brian helped you, but this is for you. Brian, this is you, so you can tell people better how to get a bigger why. This is how to get a bigger why. I'm going to do it in about 10 minutes real quick, and then I'm going to talk about what do you got to do next. Like what's next? What is the rubber hits the road, my feet hit the ground, what do I got to do next? Okay, so focused on the bigger why. Yes. The leadership is July 17th, 18th, 19th. Mark your calendars. Talk to your agency manager when the tickets come available. Get it right then. Okay? Okay. The bigger why. You have 4 T's that I want you to think about all the time. What do you do with this? What do you do with your time? What do you do with your treasures? What do you do with your touch? What do you do with your talent? Time, treasures, touch, talent. Okay? Tim Goad says you matter. That means what you do with these things makes a difference. When he says that, it means the weakest link on an ice hockey team, the weakest link in a chain, the weakest link matters. You matter. Everybody's matters. Okay, this is how to get a bigger why. Keep this in mind. How does that tie in? God cares what you do with your time, your treasures, your touch, and your talents. He cares. I care. Fitz cares. Weinbrenner cares what you do with those 4 things. There's a story in the Bible, and it's in the Bible. I always tell people, I go like, look, I'm not trying. I don't ever want to get religious on you, like preaching on you. I'm just telling you that book is sold more than any book in the history of the world. Okay, by far, and people believe stuff in there. And there's a guy in there, and this guy. Now people say, well, you know, I'm not going to get into who I'm telling you. He talks about this parable. He says, 3 people get given talents. And it's an explanation of talent is worth 3 months. The talents is this. The talents is time, treasures, touch, and talent. Okay? It's money. It's something that they can use to do something with. One person just loses it. Just nothing. Right? I got nothing. So when the rich man gives 3 different ones equal amount of talent, and then one buries it, and then one takes this, and he goes out and he risks it. He risks that money. He invests his energy. He does something with it, and he gets the return. So then what happens is when the rich man comes back, people say he should be fair. He should take this guy's and divide it up among 3 of them. But that's not the way the world spins. That's not the way United States of America spins. You go, well, they're taxing the rich and dividing it up and giving it to poor. I don't know if you heard lately, but they can't make it happen. Because even though they do it, even though they try, the ones that are thinking, they're thinking. So they think of a way to make money off of the money. It's crazy. You can't fight it. The ones that take their talent and put it back in and risk and try stuff, they're the ones that are rewarded. So the fairness is this. Who puts the money in always gets the return. Who puts the effort in gets the return. Eric Thomas told us, the one that focuses, the ones that works, the one that sacrifices, the one that gets up and gets after it. Brian Tracy did this with us. Have y'all ever heard Brian Tracy? He comes in and, okay, so Eric Thomas, I don't know what this is going to do with my mic. Eric Thomas goes, you got to lose some sleep. Brian Tracy goes, you must sacrifice something. Right? It's consistent. Andy Andrews goes, you got to sacrifice. Every one of them's different. But the message is consistent with what this man Jesus said, and it's consistent with what happened to the rich man that gave out the talents. You can fight it if you want to. And we can try to find you a speaker that'll come in and tell you it's going to be divided equally. But you're going to have to show me how that went down, because I'm not seeing it. All right. So the rule is, now, here's something I do know too. And I mentioned this the other day, and it was a couple managers saying, you described one of my guys. A lot of times, when a person is broke, all right, watch this. Let me see if I can do this. When this is where you got enough money to pay your bills, a man down here, he will take everything he's got. So he ain't got nothing. I'm going to tell you something. He'll go deeper. He'll go in debt. So if that's breaking even paying his bills, if that's the red line right there, he'll go down in here. He'll put stuff on credit card. He'll invest. And then what happens is you see a man get up here and you ask him to put some effort, give up some sleep, give up some treasure, give up some touch, give up some money, put something on a credit card, spend it. You know what he'll do? He'll go down to right there. And I'm going like, bruh, you got to give up to go up. You with me? That parable is true here, and the parable is true here. The story is true. The sacrifice matters. Okay. Oh, by the way, the whole book, the whole Bible is based on faith. It's weird, okay? Faith is, in any service industry, like Southwest Airlines, they've already booked flights for next week, whether anybody buys them or not. And I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars of jets committed based on faith that somebody's going to buy them. If they wait until everybody booked the tickets, then they put the planes out there, it don't work. Everything's based on faith. And I know it's hard, but it don't make it not true that we got to work on faith. You got to operate first. It's like the fire coming out of the oven. It don't come out until you put the wood in. Well, what if it don't work? You ain't got no faith. The faith is putting it in, putting some more energy into it until it comes out. Then it comes out automatically. Then you can just chuck more to it. By the way, you got to keep chucking to it. A lot of people forget you got to keep chucking to it. Okay, we got to roll. How many people do this? They say this. They go, "This is me." I don't think they like me using green. So they go this. They say, "I want my circumstances to change." And here's what they say. "But change something outside of me, but I don't want to change anything." If this is you right here, something's got to change in here. A lot of times it has to change in here, in the heart, right in the center. Because the deeper I can get, if I can shift the heart over here, then the body will shift. To change the circumstances, you got to change you. I'm going to talk in a minute about minor changes you make. Because here's what I get. It's working for Fitz. It's working for Chadwick Ray. It's working for James Hill. How did they start to make it work? Did they sit there and not change one single thing? No, they made an adjustment. Please hear me. If your policies are not stating on the books, if your persistency is not right, there's something got to change. If you're not selling, something's got to change. If you can't recruit, it's not that you can't, it's that you got to change something. And I'm going to try to talk to you about change something right here. All right. I'm going to show y'all something. Don't mess me up with this. Don't let this come back to get me. But I'm going to show you the title of this book. See this? Now this don't say how to get rich, okay? It says how to be rich. It's not how to get there. Well, I mean, when I read it, it hurt me. I'm going to tell you, it hit me. It hit me, all right? The first majority of this book says, if you live in America, you're almost assuredly rich. Like if you took our average income, which I think is a little over $30,000, or, no, he said, here's what he said. If you make, this is what this book says, if you make over $37,000, you're in the top 4% of the wealthiest people in the world. Top 4%, that much. Everybody else is below you, 96%. You are already rich. How do you be rich? What if you make 100 grand? What if you make 62 grand? Oh my gosh, are you an elitist? So I don't feel like it. Well, then he gets into how you feel has nothing to do with money. In other words, if you're higher than everybody else, you're higher, whether you feel like it or not. So it's really interesting. This is what I want to get to. This is way into the book. So you got to read 118 pages, except for I'm going to share this with you. Now listen to what it says, Jeff. My church administrators and youth pastors, they're gonna go out. Amen, brother. They ain't gonna get preachy. Because here's the part where it gets not preachy. In fact, right in the middle of it. In fact, if you recall Paul's instructions to Timothy, I'm going like, I don't know what Paul told Timothy. I'm betting it was important though, because apparently a lot of people in the church know what Paul Timothy. I know he's an important fellow in the BIBLE. Okay. All right. He references this idea. He says, command those who are rich in the present world. Did you catch that? Present world. I'm reading, by the way. It's not me. Did you catch that? In the present world. Why would Paul word it that way? Is there a not present world? Like a future world? In this statement, the Apostle Paul tips his hand to the fact that he believes there's more to this life than this life. There's more to this life than this life. He believes there's something beyond. Listen to this. He's not alone. When I first read that, I was thinking about E.T. Like, we're not alone. But what he's saying is, as a human being, he believed there's more to life. Now listen to this stat. This is Andy Stanley. This is not Andy Albright. It's what Andy Stanley said. He says 97% of Americans believe there's something beyond this life. 97%. I called Jeff Bright. He consults with us. He said, I don't know about that. I said, well, Andy Stanley said it's true. He said, I can't believe 97% of Americans would agree on anything. I said, I'm just telling you what the man said. And I'm going to tell people that. He said, well, don't tell him you said it because you didn't say it because you just repeating Andy. I said, well, I'm telling you what Andy said. So if you're one of the 3% that think you die and that's it, I'm not against you. But I'm telling you, if me and you are over here and we're going to recruit in that world, most of them think there's something afterwards. Hello? So if you need to understand that if you're talking to them. So if one of your agents, one of your managers, one of the people you're selling to, they're in the 97%. Okay? They believe that. So here we go. There's another world besides the present world, and if someone's rich in this world, hello, listen to this, it won't last forever. Now I'm going to give you a stat that I know, and I'm going to quote. 100% of us are going to die before we get out of here. Okay? So he says it won't last forever, and me and him are in an agreement. That one, I'm with Andy. I don't care if you're rich. You can't get out of here with the money. Another world is coming right after it. So rather than carry on like, listen to this. Rather than carry on, that sounds like something my mama said. What y'all carrying on in yonder for? He says, rather than carry on like nothing will ever change, rich people need to honor God with their stuff now. Now this is the big one I got circled. Our motto, I said, you're going to know why it's the right mission. Remember I said that? You're going to know why it's the right mission. Because one part of our mission is eternity. So we got prosperity. I like that one. You don't have to sell me on that one. Inspiration. I like inspiring. That's where you spend your money. You do something with your money. You give it to somebody. And you got eternity. Well, listen to this eternity quote. Because not only are they guarding against the side effects of wealth here, they're actually laying up treasure in heaven for an age that has yet to come. Read that again. Because not only are they guarding against the side effects of wealth. So he's saying how to be rich. He's saying there's bad side effects. I know what they are. I know some of them. I've seen some of them. I've witnessed it firsthand. It's greed, envy, jealousy, backbiting, thinking you're somebody. There's all kinds of stuff he talks about in here. He says, not only are you guarding against the side effects of wealth here by honoring God, that you're actually laying up treasures for an age that's yet to come. All right. So he goes on and on. It's crazy stuff. Don't miss this opportunity to do the right thing. Okay, so watch this. All right, let's go back to this right here. Where's my drawing? That's not it. Here we go. I want you to go EVP board member. If I can get your eyes to see, if I can get you to see that there's another deal. If you're part of the 97%, if you think there's something, I'll guarantee you, I can't guarantee you what you think because there's so many versions. Oh, he says, I ain't going to try to tell you what heaven looked like. I ain't going to try to tell you if there's a hell, there's not a hell. I'm not going to try to tell you. He just says, what you do between here and there, because that's after you die, matters. And now we got T. Talents, opportunity, touch, treasures, energy. What you got and what you going to do with it. What you got and what you going to do with it. I'll tell you that everything you need, Ray, is already inside of you to get you to here. And in karate, they say, if you're going to break this board right here, you don't need to try to punch that board. You need to try to punch that board right there. I want you to try to punch that board right there, Jeff. I want you, and I just hired 3 new people direct to me. I want you, and I know you saying you asking a whole lot. All you want to do is get them to get a list, get a license, and go to the next meeting. All you want is LLC, right out of your green book. And I go, I want their mind to think, what am I going to do here? Because they'll punch right through EVP and board member. And you'll bust it wide open faster than you ever thought you would. You say, did you eliminate distractions and problems in my life? No. You still going to have, matter of fact, there are people that say that once you get your eyes focused here, you're going to attract some problems. That's what they say. That once you make a decision, you're going to get a flat tire. They say, you go, I'm going to that leadership. Your wife, your cousin, your mom, I'm watching that show. Don't forget, you got a son's birthday that weekend. You better not plan on going away. Well, Andy, it's your son's birthday today. Yeah, I'm here doing this. I'm going to take him out to dinner. Okay? But as many a times I've been in Hawaii. Many a times I've been in South Carolina. Many times I've been in California doing a birthday. So something's going to come at you to try to stop you from pushing through. Money, finances, a friend, something's going to happen. Marriage, something's going to happen. I got to get you focused here going like, it's almost, you typically say yeah buts. Don't say yeah but. You need to say yeah but to the problems. Problem comes at you, go yeah but, I'm focused. Don't say yeah but to the good stuff. All right, I'm going to try to stop and say that's all I had about that. All right. 97, hey, wouldn't it be great if 97 of us believed this? 97 of us believe that. How come we can't believe this? I believe. Do you believe? I've had some people texting me lately going, I believe, and I love it, by the way. Keep sending it to me. All right, this is it. I'm wrapping up with this. I got about 12, 14 minutes. I just had Fitzgerald online, Diane Lampy, and they said, did y'all see what Eric Thomas did? He went, how many of you are using 100% of this book? And nobody raised their hand. I looked at Jane. I was like, hey, what's up with that? How come you ain't using everything that's in the book? I want y'all, this right here, look at this. Corfu, Olympia, Mykonos, Santorini. Oh, baby, I'm going to tell you what. That's Santorini right there. When y'all need to win this cruise. It's a short-term goal. So we got short-term, we got long-term. All right? We got 2020. Recruit 20, sell $20,000. Here's what's happening. We're putting in brand new people. Okay? So as you put in brand new people, if you are a brand new people, if this is you and you're putting in a new person, so either you're putting in a new person or you are a new person. Jeff, could you grab the mic and get a couple of your new people and come up here. We need new people to do this. This is the 8 steps. This is the 8 steps. You need to read this. You new. You think you ain't new. Come on up here. Don't even try. It's that kind of show. Unless you're on the witness protection program or, okay, all right, because we have people go, no, I can't be. And I go like, you know you're getting ready to deal with the public. So, all right, so here we go. The 8 steps is exactly what you need to do. You're going to push them just this way. Y'all, okay, so what happens, Jeff? The reason you hire 20 is you're looking for the one that reads the 8 steps, and you can take the 8 steps book and you can see if they're doing the 8 steps or not. That way, you don't pressure anybody. You just pick who to work with that's doing the 8 steps. Right. Okay? And the way you do that is described in this book. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This coming week, what I need people that are shooting for 2020, and I need success stories. If you heard this show, and between now and next Wednesday, you recruit 2 or 3, you sell 5,000, what will be awesome is you say, hey, Andy, you ain't going to believe it. This week I sold 5,000 and recruited 5. I'm going to rank the top 9 stories. I want success stories, and I'm going to give these books out. So the top story is going to get 10 of these books. The second group is going to get 9 of these books, okay? I want this week, because this book, we're going to focus on this. Here's what Fitz told me. He said, I was listening to your audio, and I've read that book. I know that book inside and out, which might be one of the reasons he's one of the highest paid, or the highest paid we got. He's definitely the most secure. I think he's highest paid and most secure. How would you like to be most secure and highest paid? And I guarantee he knows more. He said, I listened to the audio, and I heard stuff in the audio package, the multimedia package, that I got read in the book. So what I thought of was, if I'm going to tell a new person, where would I start? Well, I thought about right here where it said, a note about the 8 steps. And then I thought about going over here to where it said the follow-up and getting started. So that is on page 210. Have you read 210? Do you know how to follow up with this new person, get them started exactly? Okay? Well, GS3 is how you get them started exactly. And I've taught GS3. I think there's a GS3 on NAA University, the new NAA University. You need to get it, okay? And then I also thought about this. Page 214. 214. All right, page 214. It's my book. I'm going to give you some extra books and you can tear it out too. Here's what you need to do. Okay? This is what you got to do. This is what I do. All right, now, here's something that's not in this green book, GS3. So it's going to be in the new print of the green book that's coming soon. All right? So I want to do GS3 and tell you exactly what to do. I talked about it on this last show, but I want to incorporate GS3 and texting and this right here. So let me grab a mic here. What's your name, sir?
Aaron Rayleigh.
Aaron, nice to meet you. And are you licensed yet?
Yes.
You are? And so license, yes. Now, why did you get your license? Was it because of us or somebody else?
Because of y'all.
We talked you into it?
Yes.
Jeff talked you into it?
That's right.
How long did it take you? Can you lift that mic up a little bit higher?
It took me a while. It took me eight fails, and then it passed. It took me about 3 or 4 months to make it.
You're not a quitter.
Heck no.
Okay. So now, in the GS3, you find a reason to work with people. Now, I like him already, but now I find out he's not a quitter. So I'm going to pump up that. All right? So if you don't quit, bro, we're going to move you all the way up to right here. The only question is how fast you get there. So it ain't the fact that you failed a few times, it's how fast did you fail. So how long from the time you started did you before you took the test? How long did it take you before you took the test the first time?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and then you started testing.
Right.
I know people that screw around for a month, 8 weeks, 6 months before they test. So you went ahead and started failing. Good job. I got a brand new guy that I just got started. He said he's going to take a test 24 hours from the time he starts. Maybe it's 48. How fast do you start, and will you quit? Well, Aaron ain't going to quit. That's good. So what I'm doing here, I'm going through my steps. I'm pumping him up for that, but I'm setting him up for the next steps to get him going good. By really encouraging him on what he did good, I'm going to tell him what he needs to do next. Next is big. Remember what I said? If I'm going to take you from where you are, right here, then I got to get your next little step and your next little step and your next little step. So what I do is I get you fired up, which is a little bit of distraction, then I'm going to bring it down with what you got to do. And I'm going to balance that out to get you started to what to do next. Is this simple, clear?
Yes.
So not only am I talking to you, a new person, when you become a you and then you hire a new person, this is what you want to do. You want to work really hard on LLC. That's license, list, and get to the next convention. Another way we do this is how you sell, this is how you recruit, and this is how you build. So see how I am so intent on him, on what he's got to do next? So simple. And then Aaron's sitting here going like, forget these people. I want every single person that you hire. Listen to this. I got a friend named E.T., Eric Thomas, and I got a buddy named E.B., okay? I got another guy with initial CL. I got another guy with CR. Now listen to this. Don't send out those email blasts and think they're going to see all the things to do. If you want to do something like that, watch here. Mail them this book. Is that what I do? No. What you do is what I'm doing here. You give this guy one-on-one attention. You say, well, I don't want to waste my time with the wrong person. I'm going to tell if he's the wrong person by how he reacts to what I tell him. So if I've got all these options, James Hill, and I talk to every single one of them the same way, every single one of them the same way, I'm going to get a different reaction. And the ones that jump on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are my boys, my men, my women, my warriors, my team of 300 that we're trying to create. You know, the War of the 300 movie, you see that? We're picking our 300.
Awesome.
Right?
Cool.
By the way, people say, you look at me and you can just see right through me. And I go, but you ain't never lied. You, Angela, can look at them the same way. But you can't do this when you look at them. You can't go, that won't work. You got to look at them and go, dude, we're going to do this. We're in. You in? You ready to go? Oh, yeah. Like this. Now, if he goes like, hold off, back off, a little too intense, I'm a little shy, I go like, look, you know, with you, we're going to handle it a little different. We're going to back off. We're going to be a little not so tense. You know why? Because we got to rank who we're going to push real hard. And if somebody wants to not be pushed, we drop them down here and say, now I want to be not pushed, but I want you to still put me up number 1. Right. Now you're asking for miracles. I would rather not push you and then you be a little more patient. But the person I push, expect him to get there quicker, and I don't know if I want you to be upset with that. Is that okay? And if they argue with that, what are you going to do with them? How are you going to take a person on your football team that won't come to practice? I mean, you can't be mean to them. You see what I'm doing to him? Mm-hmm. I'm setting him up for the next step, which is a list of names. Okay? So here's the way we're doing a list of names. Have y'all done text dialing yet?
Yeah.
When did you do that?
We had just, not this past one, but the one time before with you.
Okay. Have you done it with him one-on-one yet?
No.
Okay. Now, who's working with you in our ABTF?
Zach.
Zach. Have you done it with Zach yet?
Doing it today.
Doing it today. What time are you doing it today?
I haven't got with his schedule yet.
Okay, so you know it's going to be after now.
Yes.
So this afternoon. All right, so what you need to do is on that phone, you need to text 10, 15, 20, and keep it so simple. All right? And it goes like this. Have you got a minute to talk, Steve? Okay, now with me, with all my friends, I always say, you got a minute, Bo? That's what I say. Got a minute, Bo? I don't say, do you have, I just say, got a minute, Bo? Right. And the other thing, what's good about that, mine, you can copy that and go to the next number and just paste it and put, got a minute, Bo? Got a minute, Bo? So if you can think about the way you talk to people, if you needed something, how would you say, if you need to chat with a minute, what would you say? So you pop out 10 or 12, then the first one that replies back, Zach calls them and says, me and Aaron working on a project with Mutual of Omaha. He's very nice and very direct. And listen, we don't say, how you been doing? How's Tutu? How's Martha? How's Janie? How's Margaret? How's your boat? How's that house? We don't doing that. We're straight up. How you been doing? Good? And I hate it. Well, don't do this. Don't get in there and start talking to him when Zach's trying to talk. Just say, hey man, what's up? He starts, well, what's up with you? Say, I talk to Zach. Move it along quickly because we got a lot of stuff to do. We need to pick our 300, okay? So he tells him what we're doing. It goes like this. Mutual of Omaha, it's a big project. We're behind. We've got these leads that people have responded. Direct mail, they put their name, phone number, telephone, house phone, work phone, cell phone. And I'm going to tell you what, I get people say, whoa, is this sales? I go, yeah. I said, now we just call and see if you can help or knew somebody can help. So it's kind of like if me and you were getting ready to build a barn and we want to call somebody and ask them if they'd help us. And it was a very important barn with a very important project. We were way behind and we committed. We might call and help, ask some people. Here's what you don't know. You don't know who won't do it, and I don't know who's going to do it. And then we throw out there. So we say, it's a project. Now, I've had people say, is this insurance? I go, and rather than saying, no, hold on, it's a good program, I just go, well, it is insurance because Mutual Omaha is an insurance company. And then they say, well, because I got a license, I just want to let you know. So think positive, but not pushy. That's a good one. Think positive, but not pushy. I'm on time?
You're running out.
I'm running out of time. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, you ready? Yep. We find out, and listen to this. This is big. We bam-fam. So if you go through this, teach them to develop a list of names. How hard was that? Make recruiting calls for their warm market depth. How hard was that? Teach them how to do an interview. I just told him how to do an interview. Teach them how to do a one-on-one meeting. We're going to bam-fam. We're going to book a meeting from a meeting. Booking a meeting, by the way, is a time and a day. And we're going to book it. They always say, we'll get together tomorrow. That's not bam-fam. Tomorrow what time? Then we talk to them on the phone. That's when we teach them how to do an interview. And then we teach them how to do a follow-up and get a person started. That's what you do. That's what I do with him. You say, well, I thought he's supposed to go to get a hotspot. Yeah, nope, yep. A hotspot's in there, but not, this is getting them started. Then, hotspot, by the way, have you been to a hotspot? You been to a hotspot? Which one you been to?
Both Burlington and Atlanta.
When's the next one coming up?
Next one's tomorrow. I won't be there. No, I'll be in Raleigh. Yeah.
You'll be in Raleigh?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yeah.
Now, you first said no.
Yeah,
now
I was thinking going back home, but I'll be in Raleigh tomorrow.
You'll be in Raleigh tomorrow?
Yeah.
So now, see how this sequence works? Guys, look. We busting out. What's your name? I want to meet you. Say, hold it, Micah.
Blakeland.
Andy Albright. Blakeland, nice to meet you. Who hired you?
Jeff Gardner.
How'd you meet him?
Met him through church a long time ago when I was really young.
So you're off of one of his lists?
Yes, sir.
He called you up. Where do you live?
I live in Myrtle Beach.
Okay, right here. I've talked to you, Blakeland, hadn't I?
Ray Martin.
Good to hear you. Ray Martin, Andy
Yes,
Albright.
sir.
How we know you?
Jeff.
How'd he find you?
Internet.
Internet?
Yes,
Craigslist
sir.
ad?
Craigslist.
What, you remember what the ad said?
It said looking for Baptist experienced minister.
A Baptist experienced
ministry
ministry.
background.
Do you have that?
Just resigned from my pastorate position of 15 years.
Okay,
2
now
days ago.
you're not started. She ain't committed. So we won't, huh?
Lisa Kazmerzak.
Come over here, Lisa Kazmarak. Lisa K. All right. Is it C or K?
K.
Okay, Lisa K. All right, Lisa K. So same ad he answered,
Correct.
sounds like.
Correct.
So you checking this, trying to understand it.
Correct.
So what we do is we say, now how's this thing work? So then we explain to them how it works. And then we say, would you be interested in this? This kind of like, you like it kind of?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just take a little bit of time, see how it goes. But now I can show you how to do the big thing, but it's
Right.
just an idea how to get started, okay?
Sounds good.
Make good money, have fun, make a difference.
Fabulous. Fabulous. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, look.
Thank you.
Putting them in. He's putting them in. You putting them in. I'm hearing it across the board. Agency managers, jump on a call and be there right minute. Love y'all. TWC is on fire. The Alliance is doing this thing because we know why. Let's do it. Let's go. Bye. See you. Woo!
The heart of every movement is the individual who makes a decision that something matters, a decision that something needs to change.
Don't get caught up with the destination. Fall in love with the process.
We will not be denied. We refuse to lose, and we will fight to unite regardless.
Understand this is the right time. We're in the right place. We're fighting the right battle. We're looking for people who want to be the warriors on the right team. Are you willing to join us?
You've been blessed with an opportunity, but the opportunity itself is not going to be what blesses you. What blesses you is how you grind, how you work with this opportunity, how you sweat with this opportunity, how you sacrifice with this opportunity.
And we dream.
Are you willing to go out and fight for your family? Are you willing to fight for your freedom, to fight for your independence?
And we struggle.
I did not quit. And every day I thank God I didn't give up.
And we fight.
I, in 2014, am choosing. I am fighting to unite.
And we overcome.
To be part of such a team like this right here, and a team like this right here, this is a dream come true. But let me be crystal clear. This is only the beginning.
Everything you need to get where you need to be is inside of you. Stop whining and tap into your greatness.
We need for you to make a difference. America needs it. Your family needs it. You need it.
One.